Hello, Broken Arrow. This is City Council Rewind. I am Aaron McCulloch, Director of Communications for the City of Broken Arrow, and this is Vice Mayor Johnny Parks. Mr. Parks, thank you for joining us once again.
It's good to be here again.
Fantastic meeting on Tuesday night. Very exciting stuff with utilities, utility billing. They are in the planning stages of launching a new utility customer dashboard. Talk about how exciting this is and some of the benefits this dashboard is going to have for our utility customers.
Well, I think it's very beneficial. Being a retired plumber, knowing the importance and setting on committees, national committees even, on protecting our water systems, I feel like this is something that's really going to benefit us in the long run. I think it's going to take a while to bring it on board. Not that it's complicated, it's something different, and a lot of times people don't like to do something different. But when they realize they can actually be saving money, and what this does, this will let you know how much water you use on your computer, and also alert you if you're using too much water, using the data and comparing the data, what you should be using and not. Makes you even aware. I've heard so far of several people, one of the city councilmen, that even they were called by the city that they thought they had a leak, and sure enough, they did have a leak. A small leak can run up to $50, $75 a month on your water bill. And you say, well, I don't have a leak, I don't hear it running. A lot of times you don't hear that running. This will work on all of it, and it will help you. I think in the long term, it's going to be beneficial to the environment. It's going to be beneficial to the city for the production of water, and it will make us a little bit more observant of the cost of treating water.
A lot more information coming out on this new utility dashboard between now and May 5th, whenever we expect to launch it. So keep tabs on that. We're going to have some educational videos, a lot more information on the city website. So it's going to be a really exciting progression as far as our utility billing is concerned. During consent last night, council approved the submission for city staff to submit 3 surface transportation block grant applications. These are $4 million apiece, about $12 million total, as far as the applications are concerned. How important are these federal funded grants for us to be able to improve some of our infrastructure, and especially in this case, roadways?
Well, simply put, it just speeds it up. Because if we don't have the grants, if we can't get the grants, then we have to go back to our tax system, our ad valorem tax, our bond issues, have these roads. But if we can get these grants, which is total $12 million, it is very beneficial. And they have to be identified as to what we're going to be using for. And just to make sure, one is the widening of county line from Albany to Omaha. And one is the Olive Avenue widening from Kenosha to Albany. And the last one was Washington Street and County Line Road, the intersection. So it just means they can happen a lot faster if we can get these. And the city council, the city staff is on board and trying to get in and get some of that money. It's money that we had at one time given to the government. Trying to get it back and use in a way that would speed up some of these projects.
It would certainly go a long way towards that estimated total cost of those 3 projects being around $30 million. So $12 million from the feds, $18 million from essentially our property taxes and some different funding sources. So council approved a resolution last night, and this resolution confirmed the City of Broken Arrow's opposition to a couple of different pieces of legislation, I think 2 Senate bills and 1 House bill, and that's regarding biosolids. Talk just a little bit about why, before we started recording, how you were talking about how important it is for us to get started on the ground floor as far as the opposition to this. Just talk about why that's so important.
Well, it's important. The biosolids that we're talking about are the way that we handle our sewage system. So, and once we do go in and separate the solids from the liquid, purify the liquid, get it back into the rivers, if you will, as quality water, we have the leftover. And that leftover, there's only so many ways it can be handled. And what's happening in the leftover is some chemicals that they're questioning whether or not they can and cannot be put into fields or whatever. This is our opposition to changing it all of a sudden, because there's not going to be anything. Numbers I heard last night was up to maybe $1 million to refine it to where it's able to be put anywhere. So this is very important to our budgets and what we're going to be doing. A lot of that is a little bit of something called forever chemicals. It's a PFAS chemical. I believe it needs to be more controlled at the beginning before it can ever get into any of our systems in the environment. But it's everywhere. And we had several meetings last week when I was in Washington, D.C. On that exact thing, on the PFAS and how other cities are handling it. So this isn't a city of Broken Arrow problem. It's not even a state of Oklahoma problem. It's a national problem, is how to handle that and control it.
And I think from what I remember, the resolution really called for a little bit more of a study, a more scientific approach to how these biosolids can be managed.
Exactly. And they can be managed by science. Sometimes that's kind of expensive also. But my comment is just they need to be managed at the starting of the system instead of trying to clean up at the end.
There were about 50 other items on the agendas, and for more information, you can go to the city website and click on Agendas and Minutes in the Government section. Click on the Date Range drop-down list and then select the governing body. Find the meeting date of your choice and select the meeting details. And one other thing, you brought this up last night, and I thought this was really interesting. This is the Live United Awards, and this is the big event that the United Way does every year to recognize those municipalities, those businesses, those sponsors, those individuals who raise money for United Way and all those great organizations that help support individuals who need that. We were recognized for an award, the city of Broken Arrow, the wonderful people of Broken Arrow. Can you talk just a little bit about that?
Well, and it was more than just in print. They got us up on the stage and read about what we had done in the city of Broken Arrow. Now, I didn't see any other cities that had won anything, and we didn't really win it as a city per se. We were the winner of the business leader of their United Way fund. So they considered it that we had raised so much money as being a business. I really complimented our committee that had put it together. They listed some of the things that they had done in there to accomplish this and to raise their amount of the United Way funds to really benefit a lot. And I took that in with, I've been on the board of several of the nonprofits here in Broken Arrow, and we have strong nonprofits. And one of the reasons why they use the United Way. United Way gives them money. Our senior center, our history museum, all of our other nonprofits, go the United Way. So what we're giving is what's getting back to the city of Broken Arrow, and I just think it makes us a stronger city.
I agree. It's such a testament to that spirit of community that we have here in Broken Arrow, and for it to be recognized. Thank you for bringing that up.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
All right.
Well, that's it for this edition of City Council Rewind. The next meeting is on April 1st, no fooling, Tuesday, April 1st, 2025. But before that, City Council is hosting a meet and greet on March 25th at 6 p.m. at Union 8th Grade Center. So we hope to see you there. All citizens are welcome. We have a lot of great information to share with you. It's going to be about a 2-hour event. So thanks for watching. We'll see you around Broken Arrow, the city where opportunity lives.
Thank you for watching. This is a production of the City of Broken Arrow, the city where opportunity lives.